Howdy folks, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and today we're having a particularly story-heavy episode because, well, shit's about to get real.
I don't see any soldiers here. Only pirates. They must be running the whole island.
We're tracking down the final clue as to the location of our mother, Mirini, which means we're here on the island of Chios, looking for a pirate queen. And we seem to have found her. In fact, she's right underneath the fast travel point. Well, that was kind of handy. Let's see how she feels about visitors.
Gods have mercy!
You want mercy? Those who trade in slaves anywhere on my island will be marked as slaves themselves, then hauled to Attica and fed to the system they tried to profit from. Get this scum out of my sight.
I thought all pirates were slavers.
And you are?
My name is Cassandra.
Well, Cassandra, we're all thought to be murderers too. So, tell me why I shouldn't kill you right here.
Well, you're welcome to try.
I came to find the great pirate Xenia. That's you, isn't it?
I like the sound of that. But what was your plan once you found me?
I came to offer you a deal.
Sneaking into my city is a strange way to make a first impression.
I needed to speak with you directly. I didn't think your pirates would just let me walk up and knock.
Then speak.
I'm looking for a woman. She left Sparta when I was a child.
I'll need more than that, Cassandra.
She has birthmarks on her arm that form the constellation Aquila.
Now, that is something I can work with. Just who exactly is this woman?
She's my mother. I haven't seen her since I was a child.
So, you're on a quest to find your family?
Something like that.
Then your path is not an easy one.
Aspasia's the one who sent me to find you.
Aspasia? Now why would she do that?
She said you might have information that could help me in my search.
You can have anything for the right price.
And what is that price?
One you can afford, I'm sure.
15,000 drachmi? Luckily I left this until I was level 40, so I can actually afford that.
Here, take your drachmi.
Nothing feels better than a heavy purse filled with coin.
The information I need. How long will it take?
I already have it.
You do?
Your Merini now sails under the name of Finicas. She started as a member of my crew, but we parted ways not too long ago.
I'm leaving soon,
Chaos is your home.
but this isn't my true calling. My purpose.
You might never find what you're looking for, Finicas.
I can't stop until I do.
You are a great pirate.
And you are an even greater friend. Don't forget me.
Do you know where she is now?
She sailed southeast with her crew in search of a greater calling.
She was part of your crew?
For a time,
Why did she leave?
much too interested in the politics of war. A waste of a good pirate, if you ask me. I haven't heard from her since she left.
Chios is a long way from Sparta. How did your paths cross?
On the sea, long ago. In her, I saw a better life. In me, she found freedom. Together, we own the waves.
I can't believe she was a pirate.
She's the kind of woman who, once she sets her mind to something, gets it done.
Thank you.
Home isn't a place. It's the people you're with. If you don't find what you're looking for, There's a place for you here.
Finikas. There have to be people who know that name. I should have enough information now. I should head back to Athens to see Aspasia.
Yeah, I specifically avoided doing this part of the quest line until I knew I had the required 15,000 drachmae. Although if you do come here early to attempt this part of the quest line and you don't have that amount of cash lying around, there are plenty of profitable quests on the island, and to offset the 15,000 that she wants, Henia will offer you a quest to go and loot the national treasury of the neighbouring island to significantly reduce the amount of spare cash you have to actually come up with. Anyway, for now, it's time to head back to Athens and speak to Aspasia. Unfortunately, and we did catch some hints of this when we were speaking to the priests of Asclepios in Argos, in our absence, Athens has developed a little bit of a plague problem to go with its Sparta problem. This did actually happen, by the way, and at the time specified here in the game too. In the year 430 BC, second year of the Peloponnesian War, Athens was struck by a particularly deadly plague. And then again the next year. Then again 2 years after that. Wasn't a great time to be an Athenian. As if having the Spartans at your gates wasn't bad enough. Now they had to contend with... Well, traditionally, it's always been supposed to have been some form of bubonic plague. But we're never really going to know. It could have been typhus, smallpox, measles, hemorrhagic shock fever. Nobody really knows, and we probably never will. There are a couple of things that we do know about the Athenian plague, however. With the influx of refugees into Athens, thanks to the war with Sparta, the city would have been overcrowded, sanitation would have suffered, there wouldn't have been enough food to go around, higher than normal numbers of vermin, perfect breeding conditions for a plague. And the other thing that we know about the Athenian plagues of the Peloponnesian War is that it's what killed Pericles.
Cassandra, you're back. Gotta run, sorry. Wait, where? I'll be right back. See you at Aspasias.
Sometimes I think you are too much like me.
And yep, there are no deaths to which Cleon will not stoop. He's now using the plague to stir up popular opinion against Pericles too.
Cassandra, it's good to have you back.
I've never seen anything like this.
Those who aren't killed by the plague run wild in the streets. Death is rampant, and it's only a warning. We have ignored what truly plagues us for too long. Cleon.
How can you worry about him at a time like this?
Under his reign, Athens will lose the freedom and glory that has put it on the world stage. It is time to turn my words into actions.
How?
You will find out as soon as I do.
You know shit just got real when even Socrates doesn't know what to do or say. Cleon stirring up the mob again. Right outside Pericles' house. The man has no shame. I still wasn't convinced that Cleon was a cultist. A shameless, opportunistic scumbag willing to use any calamity to further his own political agenda? Yeah, but that just makes him a politician, not a cultist.
What has it? I didn't expect to see you.
What do you think you're doing? You're driving this mob to madness.
This is nothing. I will make Athens great again.
Okay, that wasn't a very subtle jab against Donald Trump there, was it? Don't go there, Jingles. Okay, I won't. Right, Aspasia, we need to have a chat.
Aspasia.
Oh, Cassandra, you returned to Athens. What's left of Athens, the world we've built is crumbling at our feet.
Yeah, I have to admit, the old place has definitely seen better days.
It's as loud as a battlefield out there, and as violent.
They're calling for Pericles' head, as though he should know how to handle this catastrophe. No one is prepared for the end of the world.
I came to talk to you. I found out some things about my mother. Her name, her shape.
Cassandra, it's not the time. Pericles is dying. He won't see me. He won't let Hippocrates in his room. He only babbles about going to his precious Parthenon.
Not my problem.
The reason I came back to Athens was to talk to you about Myrine.
Your mother will live to see tomorrow. My love won't live to see another sunset.
You've had many sunsets with him. I've spent all my nights alone.
Pericles needs treatment, and the gods know he won't let me in. He respects you. Could you go to him?
I could try.
If you do, I will make the time to talk about your mother. For now, he needs your help.
It's worth a shot.
Right, fine. That's what I need to do. Did somebody mistake me for the doctor or something? I mean, do I look like Hippocrates? Well, I suppose he won't even see Hippocrates. Let's see if we can talk some sense into the old fool.
Aspasia, my light. I told you.
It's Cassandra.
Yes. Come in. It's embarrassing. Someone so strong seeing me like this.
I admit you don't quite look yourself.
I don't feel like myself either.
I brought your drugs.
Ah, yes. It's usually Phoebe who does the delivering. At least I'm alive. Though I can't say the same for my city.
It's a shadow of what it was.
Well, it will belong to Cleon now. He will have to lift it out of its sorry state. I wish to see it with my own eyes. Come to the balcony. Much has changed. I can't even stand up straight to look death in the eye.
You'll recover sooner if you let Hippocrates see you.
It's my time. The plague chooses no favorites. I fear I've failed Athens. Its people, Aspasia.
No, you
Oh,
haven't.
will you stop your whining?
Aspasia needs protection, as does Athens. I thought I gave enough to Athena, but it seems it isn't so. I should be out there, on the streets.
You'd be overtaken. There are mobs, and Cleon's doing nothing to calm them.
Thank the gods, Cleon won't see me like this. But that's all I can thank the gods for. They've turned on me.
It's not the gods' fault. It's the world. It's turned upside down.
Athens' fate is decreed. All we can do now is wait.
You should go back inside. You need to rest.
Where I should be is in the Parthenon, my greatest legacy to Athens. We need the gods' blessing. But Aspasia,
Aspasia's right.
she often is. But not about this. Yes. I'll go inside. Thank you, Cassandra. Tell my Aspasia I was a good boy and took my drugs.
I will.
Alright, I spoke to him. Fat lot of good it did. Aspasia owes me answers, and I'm not going to take... but the plague is an excuse again.
Pericles let me in. He took his drugs without complaint.
Thank you.
Something wrong?
I expected Phoebe back by now.
I saw her in the crowds outside. Did you send her somewhere?
I had her go to Anastasios to see about a ferry. As soon as Pericles is strong
you
enough,
sent a
we're leaving
child
Athens. We
running
have to.
errands
Now she's missing.
I'm sure she's
in a
all-
plague-stricken city?
Aspasia, there's a plague. You've seen the streets. She's just a child.
Give her the credit she deserves. She's more of a fighter than I was at her age.
I told Pericles the cult is in Athens. It's too dangerous.
The cult? I thought it was the sickness talking.
I'm going to look for her. Where is Anastasios' house?
It's across from the Odeon of Pericles.
Here.
The plague is running rampant in the city. There are bodies just lying rotting in the streets. The entire fabric of society is breaking down. And you sent a child running errands. What the fuck is wrong with you? Ah, she's tougher than I was when I was a kid. What kind of stupid fucking excuse is that? I need to find Phoebe, and fast.
By the gods! What happened here? glad Phoebe wasn't here. Hopefully she's safe. Deimos must be carrying through on his threat. This was savage. Done to send a message. Phoebe! No! Hey! Stop!
Right, somebody's getting stabbed. But having heavy shields does make this a bit more complicated. Then again, I've got the shield breaker ability. And the bull rush doesn't really care about whether or not anybody has a shield equipped. Dodge. Bull rush. Knocks them off their feet, gives me a bit of time. Deal with this guy while they're getting back on their feet. Bull rush also does a fair amount of damage at this level. Come on, this is taking too long.
I can make this crazy.
Need to stop putting these fellas down. 2 left. Well, technically 3 left. Sparta kick incapacitated one of them. So I'm going to have to finish him off. Dodge that one. Still have to finish that one off. Let's take care of him and see Phoebe.
Phoebe! No, 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 no. Ella!
Oh no. It's too late.
Earth, Mother of all, I greet you.
Somebody's going to pay for this. And at this point, I'm not really fussy. I'll settle for Aspasia if I have to.
Anyazu.
Cassandra! Are you all right?
I need to speak to Aspasia.
We must find Pericles first. He's missing.
I don't fucking care! Tell me where Aspasia is!
Cassandra!
I'm sorry, Phoebe.
Aspasia went to find Pericles at the Parthenon. She should be there. I think we'd better go with her.
I agree, my friend. I agree.
I knew these two were smart, because some fucker is going to need a doctor. So Pericles finally dragged his useless, whining, self-pitying arse out of bed to go to the Parthenon and beg Athena for forgiveness. And Aspasia's gone to be with him. And there she is. Aspasia, let's you and me have a chat.
There you are, Cassandra. Quickly, Pericles may be inside. What's gotten into you?
Phoebe is dead. She's dead because you sent her to do your work!
No, it's not true. Phoebe wanted to go. She told me she would be all right.
And you believe that child!
You know Phoebe. She wouldn't have taken no for an answer. It was out of my hands.
Out of your hands? You sent her away! You could have protected her!
What I asked of her was needed to protect Pericles. She lived to help others, Cassandra. She lived to help you.
That doesn't matter. She had to sacrifice herself for others, over and over.
And those who sacrifice themselves deserve more glory than any other. She is a hero in her own right.
I hope she knew that.
Aspasia, you're here.
Any sign of Pericles?
If he's here, he's inside praying. He refused to stay safe in the villa.
Things have gotten even worse in the Agora. It's madness.
Speak later and act now.
Pericles?
Go!
I'm going to destroy everything you ever created. Athens is mine.
Hello, little brother.
Pericles!
Well, I did tell you that Pericles died during the plague. Although history records that he died of the plague.
Stay out of my way.
Then again, you could always argue that the cult of Cosmos are a plague upon Greek society, but we're really splitting semantic hairs at this point. All I know is right now I'm in the mood to stab somebody, and it's just unlucky for these two that they happen to be here. Only 2 guards. Then again, it's Demos. Demos doesn't really need guards. Guards are the kind of things that other people need when Demos is around. Well, I must say that was satisfyingly brutal.
All is lost now.
He was a great man. Perhaps greater than we even knew.
He was a whiny little bitch.
We need to get her out of Athens.
We'll take my ship.
What, we're suddenly concerned about
We
Aspasia
have
now?
to leave. Don't let him die in vain.
Never.
Well, given the political situation with Pericles dead, Cleon will be making his move. And his first move will almost certainly be directed towards Aspasia. So I suppose it does make sense that we have to get her out of Athens. Question is, where are we going to go? Maybe it's time Aspasia and I had that little chat. Have to make it to the ship first, of course. And Cleon has already sealed off the harbour. How would he know to do that? Unless he knew Pericles was going to die. I may have to revise my opinion about
Stay
his
close,
cultist
just in
status.
case.
Stop! Cleon has ordered that no one leave Athens. And he wants Aspasia brought to him.
I'm not going.
Leave!
Yeah.
Don't let them go.
Consider a couple of important facts here. At this point, the only people in Athens who should be aware of the fact that Pericles has just died are myself, Aspasia, Socrates, Hippocrates, and Demos. Now, aside from Demos, we're all here, and none of us told Cleon that the time was ripe for him to make his move, and yet he has already sealed off the harbour and ordered that Aspasia be brought to him. It's almost as if he knew this was going to happen. I mean, I was fully prepared to give Cleon the benefit of the doubt as just being another opportunistic scumbag politician with his eye on the prize, but given these facts, it's difficult to peg him for anything other than a member of the cult of Cosmos. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I was looking for an excuse to stab him anyway.
It's all clear now. Let's go.
We're going to stay, Cassandra.
What? Why?
My work is here. I can't leave the Athenians in the state they're in.
You don't need us to protect Aspasia. Leave Athens to us.
The city has been taken. This isn't the Athens you used to know.
That is why I must stay. We must begin again.
You're sure?
I have lived as an Athenian, and I will die as an Athenian.
Then do something for me. Both of you.
Of course.
Retrieve Phoebe's body. Give her a proper burial.
Everything she deserves, and more.
Thank you.
I knew I liked these
Time
two
to
for
go,
a reason.
Cassandra.
Her, however, I'm not so sure about. But I do still need her.
And I expect to see you both again, alive.
And as long as I've got her, and Cleon doesn't, well, that gives me some leverage.
The farther we get from Athens, the quieter it grows. As though it's peaceful. But I know better.
I'm sorry, Aspasia. About Pericles. And Athens.
You have no need to apologize. For anything.
Too right I don't. You, on the other hand.
I did everything I could to keep people safe.
No one thinks otherwise, Cassandra. The cult of Cosmos simply had a plan we didn't see soon enough. And they struck when the time was right.
About Phoebe.
No, allow me. Phoebe was my responsibility. I should have kept her closer to me. It was a mistake.
No, I wanted to apologize. It wasn't your fault.
Yes, it
I'm
was.
sorry.
Yet
No, I'm
another
not.
martyr to the cult's credit.
What?
I'll make each of them beg for mercy before I kill them.
Well, she got that
The
much right.
time will come. For now, let us look to the future. Do you have a heading?
I was hoping you would help me with that.
Yes, of course. This woman.
Phoenicas. Her ship was called Siren Song.
Phoenicas. Yes, I know the name. Last anyone heard, her ship was docked on the island of Naxos.
Then we go to Naxos to see Phoenicas.
So, it's next stop the island of Naxos, where hopefully, at long last, and not before bloody time, we're finally going to meet our long-lost mother, Marini. All of that to come in a future episode. Hope you've enjoyed this one, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.